In this video, we are going to focus on multiplication and division of negative numbers. Numbers are also called integers, so you might hear negative numbers or negative integers. There's a couple of rules here that we need to look at with regards to the signs, such as positive numbers or negative numbers. So if you get a question with multiplication or division that has two positive numbers multiplying or dividing, you're going to get a positive answer. If you get a negative number multiplied by a negative number or division, you're going to get a positive answer. If you get different signs, a positive number multiplied or divided by a negative number, you're going to get a negative answer. And the same thing if you flip the symbols around, a negative multiplied or divided by a positive number, you're going to get a negative answer. So it works with both multiplication and division. Let's take a look at some examples here at the bottom. If we have a negative 4 multiplied by 3, we have a negative number multiplied by a positive number. So as you would normally do, multiply the numbers. So 3 and 4 is 12. But we have one negative, one positive, which means it must be a negative number. Moving on to the second example here, we have 3 times 10 is 30. A negative times a negative, so negative times a negative gives us a positive answer, so it just stays at 30. This one here we have 5 times negative 2, so 5 times 2 is 10. We have a positive and a negative, so positive and negative means a negative answer. We have a division here, negative 15 divided by 3. So we say how many times does 3 go into 15? It goes 5 times. We have a negative and a positive. Negative, positive equals a negative answer. Over here we have 20 divided by negative 4. So 20 divided by 4 equals 5. A positive and a negative. Positive and negative equals a negative answer. And over here we have in the sixth example, we have a order of operations situation here. We have a negative 10 times 6 divided by negative 3. So as you would normally do, follow order of operations. This multiplication comes before this division. So negative 10 times 6 is going to be negative 60 because I'm multiplying a negative with a positive. Negative and a positive is a negative answer. And then I drop the negative 3 down. Drop the equals. Now ignore the negatives when you're doing these calculations and come back and look at them after. It's just an easier way of doing it. 60 divided by 3 equals 20 because 20 goes into 63 times. Negative and negative, negative and negative equals a positive answer, so it is 20. So the rule of thumb for me is to ignore the negative symbols that you see. Calculate as you normally would do. After each separate calculation, you then have to look at how many negative signs are in that and use these rules here accordingly. So like I did here, we just multiply 4 times 3 is 12. I've got one negative, one positive. Negative, positive equals negative. So just go through and multiply the numbers and then come back and look at these symbols.